Hi, I'm Peyton,
And I'm Chelsea,
and this is
States Away.
okay. So I just wanted to tell you guys I just applied for a job. I'm not excited about it, but it's fine. It's fine. I need a job because I messed up my loan, which I'm sure most of you have heard about. But if you haven't, I forgot to fill out like one form and then messed up my entire loan, and then I had to pay lots of money out of pocket. So that was
So terrible.
not fun. And then I have to pack everything up today to go to school, which is not very exciting, but yeah, I'm I guess I'm a little excited just to get back like into a routine, but I like being home, so I'm just like, ugh, yeah.
Yeah, a little give and take on that. I feel that.
hmm
Yeah. That job, is that the tutoring job? Or
No, I
was it
can't do the tutoring job until this lady gets back to me because I have to like fill
Oh
out
yeah.
a form for it and she never got back to me. It's I don't know. I It's like working in our like one of our student centers. So like
Mm.
yeah, I can't specify it on here because of safety
Okay.
reasons, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Today I am going to be recording some more for my music video. I have a music video that I'm working on, and it's a Sunday though today that we're recording this, so it's we're on a little bit of a time crunch because I wanted to go and record in like a little cafe. I originally wanted to record a little clip of us in front of my Christmas tree, but now everyone in the house is sick, so I really don't want this poor guy who's recording my video to come in this house and get the flu because nobody wants the flu. And we're gonna be taking on the Christmas tree soon. So I'm kind of trying to think of some way to replace that so it can still look like winter, Christmas time, that kind of thing, but not require our Christmas tree. So there's this little cafe like about a half an hour away that has a Christmas tree up, and I don't know if it's still up, but if it is, we're gonna walk past the front of it of like the cafe because there's like a big window and you can see. Oh, it's so stinking cute. But I think we're gonna do like go inside and sit down and like get a drink or something and like have a little clip of us like sipping on something. I'll
Mhm.
probably,
Maybe you
like
should call and like ask if the tree is up, you know?
yeah, but even if it's not up, I'm gonna go anyway. So I figure that we may as well just go and see. And if it's there, we'll do the other thing, and if it's not, then we just won't be able to. But I
Mhm.
figured that once we're down there, we can kind of see if there's anything out there that's like, oh, we could record in front of that, we could do this. Because sometimes once you're on site recording something, you kind of get like a vibe of like, some different ideas, and it gets like the
Mhm.
wheels turning. But the last thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna come back here. We're not gonna go inside, obviously, because sick people, but we're gonna go. It's been snowing nonstop for like a week, so we have tons
Yeah,
of snow. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the backyard and like play in the snow or something. So
that'll be
I think
fun.
I was talking with my mom about like some different ideas of what we could do, and she was like, "Oh, well, you know what you guys could do? You guys could just be walking in the snow. You could shove them into the snow and like start playing and like goofing around." I was
Yeah.
like, "That's kind of cute and fun."
Yeah.
So we might do that. Oh, and those of you who are actually watching this, you might notice this on my hand. It's a little bit worn off, but I did a Taylor Swift birthday party yesterday, and oh, it was so much fun. The little girl was turning 7, and oh my gosh, it was the greatest thing ever. They actually, I was only supposed to do an hour, but they asked me like halfway through my set if I would be willing to do another hour if they paid me for another hour. And I was like, yeah. But oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yeah, the girl, the birthday girl came out to me and gave me a temporary tattoo, and I realized that the other girls had them on their hands. So I was like, surely they've got something somewhere where they're putting these on their hands. I was like, I'm gonna take a break for a minute, because this was around the time the mom was asking if we'll do another hour, and I was like, well, we kind of get that worked out. I'm gonna go get this tattoo on my hand because this is gonna be cute. I
Yeah.
got the towel wet, and she like peeled off the thing, put the tattoo on my hand, and then put the water on and counted, really quietly to herself
Mhm.
and stuff. And then boom, I had a 13, and it was so cute. And then she asked me if she'd come up and sing with me too for some of them because they had these like balloon, like blow up microphones
Mhm.
they were like, playing with. And the girl was standing really close to like where I was performing the entire time, singing along. And sometimes she was like looking at me and copying like my dance moves and stuff. And other times
Oh.
just looking straight ahead and like just jamming with her hand. I
Yeah.
mean, girl could genuinely be a performer. She's got that like want to do it and did it. I mean, like I was singing for an hour at that point. Like
Yeah.
she did the whole time. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Came up and like danced with me a little bit and copied some of my dance moves. I had backup dancers for Wildest Dreams, Bad Blood, Bejeweled, and Karma. And I had
Okay.
10 of them, and they were copying the dance moves, and it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And so I really hope that because some of the family members got videos of that, and I really hope some of them send me them because they said they would,
Hmm.
but they'll go through the person that hired me and all that stuff. So I just really hope I get the videos because then I could post
That
them.
would be, oh, that's so cute.
They're so cute.
Speaking of Chelsea's Eras Tour, we're
Hmm.
getting better at this. I was like, I don't know how to segue. This is
I
getting
love
better.
that experience. So,
Um, as most of us know, there is a potential TikTok ban going on. It's very up in the air.
yeah.
So if it does get banned, Chelsea's Eras Tour will be moving to
Moving to
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah.
So yeah.
So any of you guys that watch them, oh
Yeah.
sorry, we just
No,
started talking.
it's fine. No, yeah, the whole thing is gonna be there. So please make sure to go follow Chelsea on YouTube. Also, I'm just gonna keep yapping. um, I'm gonna put all of our socials like up at the top for those of you who are watching, and then it'll be in the link of the podcast. To go follow us there in case of a TikTok ban, so you can like keep hearing from us and keep watching our content and whatever. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Because we're
Um,
probably gonna primarily be like Instagram and YouTube, because obviously like they're a little more stingy with copyright stuff on Instagram lives, so I
mhm.
really don't think I can do the Eras tour on there. I'm pretty sure I even tried to and got kicked off partway in.
Yeah.
But YouTube, I have had zero issues, so YouTube should be good to go. So we'll be on there. And then I'll probably will just post some shorts to YouTube as well as posting some shorts, like just like some clips from the Eras tour
Mhm.
to you, not to YouTube, I already said YouTube, to Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
So make sure that you follow both of us on all of our other platforms if you want to keep hearing from
Mhm.
us because this is really starting to seem like it might happen. And
Yeah.
really hoping that it doesn't. But there's
Because
a lot
it's
of
been so back and forth. Like some people are like, "Oh, it's gonna get banned and it's just gonna be like gone," and some people are like, "Well, there's still hope." Well, we're reaching the date very shortly, and it's not looking like there's much hope.
yeah. But I did hear I am finding a little bit of hope in this because the reasons why they're talking about banning it, I do have to say that I kind of understand because I know there's some concerns about security, and if they're worried about everyone's security, that does have to be a priority, that has to be a concern. So I have to say I at least appreciate that they're worried about that, but I really do have to critique the fact that they're basically like jumping the gun. They haven't tried to find a solution. Like,
Yeah,
like let's find like there are people who TikTok is their livelihoods, like who that is like that's their job.
their
Like Casey Taylor,
career. Yeah.
like she quit her job because it was becoming a full-time career and she was making enough money off of it. There are people that do this for a living. So,
Hmm.
and I was looking, I was doing some research earlier and I mean, TikTok with the economy has brought in, I think it was like 20 something billion dollars into the
Yeah.
economy for different small businesses and stuff. Like, that's huge. This is
Mhm.
not a joke. This isn't just some flimsy little, like, oh, it's just some stupid app. No, it's a big deal.
And
The
like
only
you've made
people,
money off of it. I've made money
yeah,
off of it. Like, and
yeah,
I
I've been
haven't
able
made
to
a
buy costumes.
yeah, like I haven't made a ton of money off of it, but I've still made money. Like, and it's nice. Like, even if it's not like making me quit my job, it's still nice to have like a little extra income. Like, I don't,
I just have a little bit of something, especially because when I do the air tours, sometimes I get like a little bit of a nice chunk. And then I
yeah.
can put money towards like more costumes for the Eras tour.
Mm-hmm.
But the only bit of hope that I'm seeing right now is I know that the future administration has talked about that if it would be bought out by an American company
Mm-hmm.
that was based here, that those concerns would not exist anymore and it could be brought
Yeah.
back.
But I
So,
don't necessarily think the people that own TikTok want
right.
America to buy it.
Like,
And I've heard, so like people, this is all speculation, right? Well, most of it's speculation. Um,
mhm.
I've heard that people are like, oh, it's fine. They're just going to delete it off the App Store and then it's just going to fizzle out. But now TikTok, like the company, is talking about like on January 19th when it's supposed to be banned, they're just like going to stop everything. Like, no links are going to work. Your For You page isn't going to work. You're not going to be able to download your content, like nothing. Like, you're not going to be able to access the app at all.
Oh,
So,
that's so
like, which I can understand, like, the TikTok portion of that because if America doesn't want to like be involved and just solely wants to buy the company, I can understand why they're like, okay, but then we're not going to give in to this. Like, so as much as it sucks, I can understand like what they're saying.
And the only thing that I wonder about though is like just being honest, a lot of people have said it too. A very large majority of what TikTok is people in America. Like that's
Hmm.
so much of what they're making money off of.
Yeah.
If
And
America's no longer a part of it, they're not going to be making bank out of it like they are right now. So
yeah.
it would be in their best interest to sell it. So maybe there's a chance. I'm like praying
Yeah.
to God that there's a chance.
I don't know. And I don't know if someone's gonna make like more money or not more money. Oh my gosh. I don't know if someone's gonna make like a whole nother app and like try to replicate it, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. But like we are friends with people from like all over the world. And I've
Mhm.
already heard from some of them saying like they're not gonna use TikTok to go live or anything anymore because a lot of their like people that they've met are from America. So
Yeah.
like our friend Kaylee has said like she wants to move over to Twitch now if most of us can't be on TikTok anymore, which I completely
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, because
So
there's no fun in it if there's nobody watching. Like going live is fun, but
mhm,
only when you have people to hang out with and have fun.
yeah.
Like the people that are watching truly are like the most important part of it,
Yeah.
you know? And if you don't have that, there's no point.
Yeah. So it just it sucks, but well, I mean, what are you gonna do about it? We can't change anything. So like
Ugh, we just gotta wait for these slow pokes to make a freaking decision.
yeah.
They would just make up their minds, it'd be nice.
Yeah, no, so I don't have to play like this waiting game because I still have to download all of my stuff off of TikTok, like go through and download all of my content. And I don't want to do that if like it's just gonna be like, oh, it's not getting banned anymore. But like,
And I don't even know, like, I don't have any way to download all of my stuff. So all of my stuff, because I don't have storage on anything. I don't
yeah,
own it. I could get a thing, and I might try to get an external hard drive, but I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it all in time. Which
yeah, no, me too. So I'm like trying to upload everything onto my computer. It's just a whole process that I'm like really struggling to like find time for. So, but
can
it's
take
whatever,
forever.
I guess. Um, but yeah. All right, on to like the real topic of this
That's because we really wanted
episode.
to talk a little bit about Taylor Swift today because we know that a lot of our viewers are Swifties, and Taylor Swift has been such a big part of everything. I mean, Taylor Swift is the found. I mean, Taylor Swift is the foundation. English, guys, I have to learn it apparently. Taylor
Me
Swift is
too.
the foundation of both of our platforms because
Mhm.
it's how we've met all of the people that we
Yeah,
do. It's how we've all bonded. I mean, me and Peyton are best friends because I started doing the Eras tour and started going live singing Taylor Swift, and she met me through all of that, and then
yeah,
started being a moderator for the Eras tour, and that's how we really started talking all of the time. Which, like, if it wasn't for all of that,
yeah. And like
yeah.
I had my TikTok for a long time and like I was making like art content and whatever, but no one was really like watching that. And then I'm like, oh, I'm a Swiftie. And then everyone's like, oh, hey, Peyton. And I'm like, hey,
Oh, like where
guys.
we all fam, you know?
Yeah, I was like, hey guys, what's up? And so like that's just how we've connected. So like it's just been such an influential part. And she's been like such an influential part of my life since I was like little. Like and I know I've talked about it before, but there's like a video when I was 2 on like my mom's old camcorder of me like singing like a Taylor Swift song like with my little baby voice and I so wish we could find it, but we haven't been able to find it yet. And I'm like, oh, I just want to post it like so bad because it's so cute and like I think it's singing like should have said no or something. Like literally
Oh.
just little baby me. Like,
Well,
oh
we have a video somewhere of Bentley, my youngest brother. I had this little pink guitar. It was like a first act guitar. So, like, not like a real guitar necessarily, more
mhm.
of like a kid's guitar.
Yeah.
But he was in the kitchen. He's playing on it, and it was, oh, what song was it? You Belong With Me. He
Mhm.
was jamming out, singing along. He's so little, and he's like playing the guitar and stuff. And oh, it was so cute.
Yeah.
I've been a Swiftie since her first album came out when I was 4, and my parents were big country music fans, so they came across her first album through country music and stuff.
Mhm.
That's when I started listening to her, and that's still to this day her first album is my favorite, just because I love
Yeah.
that authentic like country sound. I just love it so
No, I've been listening to her since I could literally talk. Like,
much. Yeah,
like
I know it's
yeah. My favorite album right now. Okay, so like I have a little bit of a list, like not an album ranking, but like kind of a list. So Speak Now has like always been my favorite for like nostalgia reasons. Like I just love Speak Now. But right now, the Tortured Poets department is trying to take over Speak Now in my little I only listen to TTPD right now and it's like ugh. But so now Speak Now, for those of you who can see me, is like at top in Sparkles. Like we joke about like Mama Beale being my favorite in
good.
Sparkles. Well, Speak Now is my favorite in Sparkles right now. And then it goes TTPD, Folklore, and then I don't know the rest of it. The rest of it is I don't know. We'll figure it out from there. But
I
yeah.
mean, Lupita's one of my favorites too. It's always a bit of a toss up between that and debut. Like debut holds a very special place for me because like, that's when I started listening to her and like plus it's just that country sound that I truly love.
Hmm.
But Speak Now is Speak Now and you really
Yeah.
can't argue with that. I feel like that's plenty of an argument for that one. It is just
I think
it is gold. It is just oh, it's
and it's
perfect.
like brownie points for it being purple. So, I mean, it can't get any better than that. It's just like perfect. I don't know. I just love it. And yeah, but the Georgia Poets Department came out, well, I guess last year in April, and it has climbed. Apparently, I just like listening to sad music because because it has climbed up my list very quickly. So, yeah, it's very, very exciting. You can see my vinyl. I have two
My
1989
laptop
up there.
My laptop is sitting on my vinyl case because I wanted to crop it up a little bit more so you guys could see me better, and I wasn't like looking down at you like this. But I have. Let me see what I have. I'm just gonna tip my head over here. I have Tortured Poets Department. I actually have two of the Tortured Poets Department because I also have the anthology, and I have Speak Now and I have Fearless, and that is the only things that fit in this thing, which makes me so sad because this thing was not cheap, and I was
I wanted the surprise song piano vinyl case so bad, and I had it in my cart and it was gone because you can't see it, but like right down here, I have like an entire shelf like full of vinyl, not and like it's up here and like whatever. I wanted it so bad, and then it was gone, and I'm actually really sad about that.
didn't
So,
even know that it was up. My mom told me about it later after it was too late, and she was like, "I thought about getting that for you." And oh my gosh, I wish I had it because now I have a few, but now on top of that, I
mhm.
got the lover heart ones, the live
Yeah,
from where am I gonna put them?
has yours
I don't
came
have them in
yet?
proper place.
Have yours came yet?
No, but I did get that email about the refunded amount.
Refund?
So it must be for that shipping because that shipping was insane. Anybody else get
Yeah,
$16 shipping?
I texted Chelsea and I was like, I don't know how I ended up paying $16 shipping, but you know what? Whatever.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah,
Not in it. Which
it's
is
fine. I got a refund
second
for it,
thing.
but yeah, no, I wish I got that vinyl case so bad. And I literally had it in my cart and went to press buy and then it was sold out. Like most things like happen on Taylor Swift's website, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not salty or anything.
Wish I had the what was it, like the Midnight's briefcase one?
Oh, yes.
Amber has that, and it is so cute, and it holds so
Mhm.
many. Like this girl's got a lot of vinyls, like,
Yeah.
and like not just Taylor Swift, but I think she had like a Kiss. She has like a holiday, like one of those ones that's got the number or whatever. I forget what it's called, but it's like a bunch of holiday favorites or whatever
Yeah.
from that year or whatever. And she's got obviously a bunch of Taylor Swift. She's got she's got a lot of different things. I'm trying to think of
Mhm.
what else she had, but she's got a lot in there, and she I
Yeah.
think even still had room.
Well, 'cause that's how the surprise on piano one was, except like a
Exactly.
different design. Like, ugh, I wanted it so bad, and I'm really sad.
That
But
I got Miss holds four freaking vinyls over here, and
yeah.
I want more. I want to like my room is kind of a mess right now because I've been like deep cleaning, going through stuff, so everything's just a
Mhm.
disaster. And I haven't not done. But like I want to get my record player all like I want to get everything cleared up around it so I can use it all the
That's
time.
another thing. I want to buy a new record player, like really badly, because right now I have like a suitcase one, and like when I try to play my Midnight's vinyl, it skips. And I posted a TikTok about it like a long time ago, and they're all like, it's because your record player sucks. So now I'm like scared to play anything on there until I get a better record player. So I'm hoping that I get one for like my birthday or something, or I just save enough money to buy one. But
Well, and maybe try cleaning them too, because I had a bunch of mine brand new, straight out of the package, were skipping, and I was heartbroken.
mhm,
Like, what the heck's going on? And we're like, why are they all skipping though? Because that's weird.
yeah.
And I looked it up and tried to find some information about it, and it was saying to use like a microfiber cloth to clean them. I don't know if you already do
Mhm,
that, but like
yeah.
saying to do that, and I did that, and then they were fine. It seems like as long as I wipe them
Yeah.
gently before and after, then they're fine. So I also wonder if that could be a contributing factor. But honestly, I'm with you. Like if there's a chance they could be like not good for your vinyls, I wouldn't want to use those.
Especially since I have like more expensive ones now, or like more like rare, I guess. Like I have the yellow 1989 one, which isn't like super rare, but it's more rare than like the standard pressing. Like I'm just like scared to ruin it. And I have the heart-shaped Lover Live from Paris coming in, and so like I don't want
Yeah,
to
that
ruin
one scares
that.
me anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin that. So,
That one scares me anyway because it's heart shaped, so it's not
yeah.
balanced.
Yeah, and then like I got a Reputation like picture disc one like not that long ago, a couple months ago. And I don't want to like ruin that, like the picture on it or anything. Like so I'm just I'm worried. I'm really worried. But
It's
uh
just much over them. My mom keeps trying to tell me, she's like, back in the day when we had a record player and we had records all the time, we weren't this finicky with them. It was like a CD. You just popped them in and then you popped them out and you put them in a box somewhere and it was fine. You can't stress. And I'm like,
okay,
but
but
I'm
I feel like
ruining it.
they probably make them differently now.
Well, I
Like
think they're
because
probably not gonna be as good.
everything like has cheapened up, obviously, like we all kind of know that. So I feel like I'm taking more care of them because they're not gonna last as long because they are like cheapening the quality and whatever.
They're going
So
to think that they're like high quality records, like what they would have had back when that was the primary way that you listened to your
yeah,
music.
like now a lot of people just buy them for like collectibles, which right now they kind of look pretty on my wall, but like that wasn't the purpose of them like when I started buying them. But then I like was worried that my record player was ruining them. So right now they are pretty wall decorations. But
I
yeah,
probably I really don't have any more wall space though. So
I don't either. That's why I'm gonna take this down eventually. And
yeah.
we talked a little bit about it in our first episode, but we did both go to the Eras tour, and that was
Mhm.
amazing. Literally, like, best experience of my life. I went to Chicago night one. My surprise songs were The Lakes and I Wish You Would. That was crazy. I was a little mad when she played The Lakes again, but whatever. Um, yeah, I got most of the outfits I wanted. And then I went a second time. That was a crazy story. To Toronto night two and got, oh gosh, what did I get? I Want to Live Forever in Mine, which Speak Now being my favorite, like was amazing. And then Evermore and Peter. So that was it was such a blast. Like
Yeah.
literally such a great time.
Yeah. And I went to Pittsburgh night too, and we had Seven and The Story of Us, and we thought for sure because it was around Father's Day, we thought for sure we were going to get Never Grow Up, and
I
like I'm telling you, I was so sure that when she started playing it, I thought it sounded like it, and I was like, and then it wasn't. And I was like, wait, what is she? And it took me forever to figure out what she was even playing because I was so expecting the other one.
mhm.
I was like so thrown off. I was like, what? What is she? What is this?
It's a really good thing I didn't get Never Grow Up though, because as much as I would have loved it and would have been special, my mom would have had to drag me out of there by my toes or something. Like I would have been on the floor sobbing. Like,
I already pretty much was though. As soon as she walked out, I thought I was fine. Then she came up out of the floor and I started crying and I was like, oh my God. And these girls in the parking lot put glitter on my like as like a highlighter, like they
mhm,
put glitter. The sweetest people, which by the way, well, here, first I'll finish the sentence and then I'll segue because oh my gosh. But I was like so worried that I was gonna ruin my eyeliner or the glitter. I was so worried about this
mhm.
glitter because I didn't want it to wash off. But
Yeah,
Swifty, and now don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that there are no crazy Swifties because there are some pretty crazy, nasty people out there.
yeah,
But going to a Taylor Swift concert feels like going and hanging out with a bunch of friends whose names you
yeah.
don't know. Because I'm in the parking lot, they compliment my outfit. I tell them I like the glitter on their face, and the straight out of their mouth, "Thank you. Do you want some?" I'm like, "Well,
Yes.
stranger just offered to glue something to my face, but you're a Swiftie, so oh yeah." So they
Yeah.
glue it to my face. I was like, "This is the coolest thing ever."
Hmm.
So sweet. I mean, everyone was just, I mean, there was this girl, we were walking. Me and Amber were trying, because we went together, we were trying to get, I think we were trying to find we were trying to find so many things. We were trying to find the bathroom, we were trying to find like the souvenir cups that was a mirror ball, a
Hmm.
disco ball, which they ended up being out of, unfortunately. But we were trying to find a bunch of different stuff, so we were all over the place. And
Hmm.
Amber was wearing this like mesh shirt over top of her other shirt, and it
Yeah.
had like little rhinestone things all over it, and it got caught on some other girl's like dress or something that she
Uh-huh.
was wearing. So they're in line, we're like trying to squeeze through, and we're like, ah, we're caught. This girl stops, we get all entangled, and then gave Amber this. She tried to give her this super nice bracelet that she had with like a little like a terms on it. It was a porcelain like a teacup and like a plate or whatever, and
Hmm.
it said like a tea time on it,
Yeah.
and it was so cute. But she literally tried to give Amber like the best bracelet she had to say sorry for getting caught in her outfit, despite the fact that they totally
Uh,
both caught on each other. But
yeah.
like, it was just like these people were just so
No,
sweet.
and they're just, it's so funny because we were in the parking lot for Chicago Night One and it was like outdoor parking, like whatever. Um, there's people literally like camping out in the parking lot, like brought their little skillet and were like making food and like whatever. And I'm like,
I
oh
did
my
see some
God.
of that. It was crazy. I
I'm
couldn't
like,
believe it. We're like on our way in, and there are some people like packing up like full on barbecue stuff. I'm like,
mhm.
where do you put that in your vehicle? What time did
Yeah.
you get
And it's just
here?
like a sea of color because like I don't know, I feel like most of the time you go into the city and it feels like pretty gloomy and just like and like
Yeah.
I don't know what, maybe I've only been in the city on a cloudy day, but like it just feels like very like and just seeing like the sea of like glitter and sparkle and bright like colorful outfits is just like so like fun, and
And
just seeing
magical.
like everyone's creativity like throughout the whole thing, like it's just so freaking cool. And we got like, so on Chicago it was so hot, like literally dripping down sweat hot, but it was so hot in Chicago that day. Like your makeup is literally like melting off of you and you're like lined up, which it's like assigned seating. So it doesn't really matter like lining up, but it was just like just for the funsies, I guess. And we were standing there like outside since like 3 o'clock, just like sweating. And then obviously we get in there and nothing else matters. It doesn't matter that we're drenched in sweat. It doesn't matter that like we're probably stinky and like like we're just trading bracelets with people and talking to everyone and like it's just honestly, and then Taylor comes on stage and we all cry like
Just bawling our eyes out.
And
Oh my
that's
God.
the first time I've ever seen Taylor. It's not the same for her, but like it was the first time I've ever seen Taylor, so it was just like even more magical. Like,
Yeah, and I hardly remember because I went to her Speak Now tour, but I was so young that I don't really remember much of it. Like I remember sitting there, I remember like about where we were, like the view of the stage that we had, and I remember singing along, but I don't actually remember it all that well, just 'cause it's been so long. And then I also think that there's some of that, like you go to a concert, all that adrenaline, like you kind of forget it later a little bit,
mhm,
like that, like
yeah,
it's called. And so I think some of that plays a role too. But I think I just was so young. And so getting to go again now was like, it was just like, and as a kid, I remember like my mom couldn't believe because I am a totally obsessed Swiftie, have been since I was little. She's my idol. Like I want to be a singer. I want to be a famous singer. That's like my goal in life. And she's been such a huge inspiration in that since I was so little. So like Taylor Swift is huge for me.
yeah,
It's my ninth birthday. My mom presents me with a little book that she made that like maps all this stuff and like talks about me. And at the very end, it tells me that I got tickets to the
mhm,
concert. And I think because I was 9 and because it wasn't like a here and now thing, it like didn't process. And I
yeah,
think it seemed so unreal that I didn't. But I was like, okay. And like she couldn't believe that I didn't like cry or freak out. And I
yeah,
think back on it, I remember like not really understanding, like being like, surely we don't actually have tickets to go to the concert. Like that's not something that I get to do. Like it just
yeah,
seems so impossible to me that I don't think that it really made sense. Like I
mhm,
remember like not,
yeah,
so to go now too and to see her on the stage and understand like that's her. She's actually standing there in front of me and we have
yeah,
this room. Like I literally spent the first like era trying to like remember it and trying to tell myself like she's there. Like, do you
mhm,
understand this?
yeah,
Because it was just and I
yeah.
just my mom was laughing at me because she thought it was hysterical how much I was crying.
Yeah, I never talked about how we got tickets. So the first time we got tickets, that was a nightmare. Um we we signed up for the pre-sale and the general sale and like everything. Like we signed up for everything. My mom was home that like the day of the pre-sale and she's sitting at the laptop like trying to get in and she's not getting in and she's calling me and she's like it's like not working. Like every time I put tickets into my cart and click buy, poof, they're gone because Ticketmaster didn't do like a cart timer at that point. Like it didn't hold your tickets in your
Oh,
cart. At least I'm pretty sure that's how that worked. I mean, most of us know how the whole sale worked and whatever, but like boom, gone. Everything's gone. And we're like, okay, she's calling me like I don't know what to do and I'm like I mean, there's general sale tomorrow. Like I'm kind of crying at this point because I was so like I had so much hope that we were going to get these tickets
yeah.
and then we didn't. And she's like all there is VIP left, but I don't even care anymore. Like see if you can log on and get anything. And so I'm like sitting at my aunt's like after school and I'm like trying to get tickets and I'm like, okay, these VIP tickets are freaking expensive, but like little did we know how expensive tickets we're actually gonna get.
Oh my
um, I'm sitting at my aunt's house, like trying to get tickets, like just clicking on anything, nothing. In the cart, out of the cart, gone, poof. Like you can't pay for it, tickets are unavailable. So then general sale was the same thing. We're trying for multiple different cities at this point because Chicago is like the nearest one to us, obviously, but we were like, I literally don't care. Like something, like no, nothing. So I'm like sobbing, like we didn't get tickets, like whatever. And so then my mom, well, me and my mom, but mainly my mom is looking everywhere for tickets. Facebook, Twitter, like literally everywhere, which there were so many scams going around. So like you couldn't trust it. So then we're trying to verify all of these scammers and like it was just terrible. And I mean, shout out to my mom for doing everything she could to get tickets. And then one day she comes across this Facebook post in this group, and this woman was pregnant with twins and she was going to be like 8 months pregnant at the time. And she didn't think she was going to make it to the concert. And it was like hours later. And my mom comments, she's like, I doubt these are still available, but if they are, please like reach out to me. Like, I have a Swiftie who like would love the tickets. And my mom like sends her my TikToks as she's talking to her and realizing like she's real, like sending I dressed up as like Taylor Swift from the You Belong With Me music video for Halloween that year. She's like sending TikToks or pictures. I'll get there. Pictures of my um
Like me earlier, English.
pictures of my Halloween costume to this woman, and she's like, "Yes, you can have the tickets." And my mom's like, "Do you live anywhere near Illinois? Like, can we meet up?" Because you can't trust anyone through online pay at like this point. And the
Um,
lady's like, I live in, I don't even remember, Iowa. It was another I state.
Iowa.
And I think it, or maybe it was Wisconsin. It might have been Wisconsin. But either way, um she's like, my mom's like, okay, I'll meet you at like your nearest police station or something, because she was pregnant. My mom didn't want to make her drive like halfway or anything. And
You want to make some more safe just in case.
yeah, and my mom's like, I want to make her feel as comfortable as possible because I'm a stranger on the internet. And so yeah, so my mom drives all the way there. I have no idea. She turns her life 360 off. So I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. Like she never does that, but like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
A little
Um,
scary driving that far away from home too.
like I just thought that she was at work. Like, and obviously people knew where she was except me. Like, and so she drives like all the way there. They like do the transfer. She comes home with Taylor Swift tickets, and then I wonder if I can find it. I'll see if I can find it and put it on the screen. Um she comes home with the Taylor Swift tickets, and I think it was that night that I'm sitting in my bedroom just like laying on my bed doing whatever, and I get a text of a like a screen recording and of it like of it why can't English? Why can I not think? We've been yapping for a long time. It probably is like,
I think our brains are just yap
yeah.
fry.
um,
Yap fry.
so she sends me a screen recording and a text, and it's like, do you think these are real? As we're like all actively looking for Taylor Swift tickets. So I'm like, okay, like let me just look. I'm like, it's weird that she's asking me, but like, okay. And I open the screenshot and it goes into Ticketmaster, and she's scrolling through the tickets, and then she like goes into her notes app, and it's like, Peyton, you're going to the Eras tour. And so then like it all I'm like, what? Like, what the heck? Okay, we're back with a special guest.
Hi,
Hi,
Davidson!
guys. Look at little Harley.
Those of you who can see him can see how how big he is and how fluffy. But for those of you who can't see him, he is an orange cat and he is big and he's got a faraway look in his eyes that looks like there's nothing going on in between his ears because there is not anything happening between his ears.
Yeah. A little special guest break, if you will.
He was your paw and he does that. He gets separation anxiety sometimes.
So, anyways, I'm like, you can hear me yell what from my bedroom, and then I walk out and I like obviously like cry and whatever and hug my parents, and they're laughing at me because I just like we have like a teeny tiny like curling iron, like a small barrel one that's like this big around for those of you who can watch it. And so I like just did that to like mess around with my hair. So I look like wild. And so like we're laughing about that. Like it was honestly just great. And then the second time we got tickets was such a weird experience because we had like the Twitter notifications up to let us know when the queue was open. And my mom got one of those, and she clicks on it and it like takes her to like the screen, and it's like your queue time is whatever time it was. And she's like, okay, that's weird. And then she gets like transported to like the map immediately, like no queue, no nothing.
That was just crazy.
And yeah, Chelsea's already heard about this, but like
Or
literally,
this was like ba-boom.
yeah, literally no queue, no nothing. She puts tickets into her cart because there was like one back section on the floor or like the up like side stage view, and so she's like, okay, I'll just put these floor tickets in my cart because this is not real. Like these tickets, like what I'm doing right now is not real.
This
And so
is not real. This is fake.
she gets these tickets into her cart and she presses check out. Well, the bank thought it was a fraud, so she had to like text the bank and be like, no, this is me. And so then she has to go check out again, and it went through, and then the tickets were in her Ticketmaster account, and that was it. Like we literally got floor seats to the Eras tour without waiting in line or anything, and it was just like the weirdest possible experience. Like it was so crazy. Like, and
Yeah.
then you guys got tickets right away, right? Like through Ticketmaster.
Um, well, we got in. Well, I was at school when I was in class, so I could not get on to do it. And my friend Davina has gotten tickets before for concerts a few times, so she
Mm-hmm.
had an idea like what some good seats would be that wouldn't cost too much. So she literally went over to my house with my mom while I was at
That's
school.
funny.
And they sat there and they were waiting in the queue. And my mom, it was taking so long for it to like go through, like you
Well,
have to go through
yeah,
it. So she took like a dry erase marker and was like marking it on her laptop screen to see like how long it was taking.
yeah,
It was even moving. And so then she got in, she got the ticket, she texted me, and I was like, I mean, I was so excited. I was
yeah.
crying.
They surprised us both times. Like I got a FaceTime call from my mom, and she was like, I got something for us," and me and my sister are like, "Okay, what?" And then she pulls it up on their screen, and I'm like, "Huh?" Like,
They did the same thing with me. When she told me that she was going the second time, she FaceTimed me and then like screen shared or something. And I'm looking at them and like I'm dippy sometimes. So I'm just staring at them and I'm like,
huh?
what is that? I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, we're going to the airport. I was like, oh my gosh.
I'm like, okay,
Oh,
I
I
have
was
to
jealous.
tell Chelsea, and my mom's like, I want to be on the phone when you do this. And
I
then
love your mom so much.
Aiden wasn't home, so I wanted to tell Aiden, and he was at gymnastics, and I'm like, literally FaceTime me the second that you get out of there. And so then my mom like joins the FaceTime, and he's like, how did you do that? And I was like, I didn't. My mom did. I don't know what that went down, but yeah, it was honestly, it was so crazy. But oh, what was your like favorite song from
Like,
the store? Like that
I'm
you
so-
heard live?
I loved The Archer. The Archer made me cry so hard.
I
I think
cried at You Belong With Me. Not even gonna lie. Like I was crying at You Belong With Me.
The Archer so much because the Archer at the time I was kind of like relating to some of it too a lot. So
Mhm.
like to hear her sing it live and to like feel it, I was like, I mean, as soon as she
Yeah.
started singing, I was like, this is over. Like I'm done for. And then um surprise songs. So especially during Seven, I didn't cry so much during it, but Amber did, and I was hugging her the whole time. And during the Archer, she held me the whole time. She was like,
That's
"Oh,"
so
and
sweet.
she started crying later, and I was like, "I'll hug you back."
I'll hug you back.
I
Yeah.
was sad when it ended though. Like legitimately, I cried the next morning because I woke up in my
Uh,
zip that we got at the concert, and I was like, it's over. I'm home. It's done. It's the next day. I literally cried the next
yeah.
day, next
I
morning.
also cried.
I was
Um,
sad for so many days, and I had it in my head like maybe I'll be able to go again. Did not get to go again.
yeah, that
Like
sucks.
prayed and hoped
So
and tried to manifest.
expensive. It is so expensive.
Well, and we're there's I have 6 people in my family, so to try
Yeah.
to like we wouldn't all like everybody wouldn't even want to go. It would just be like me and my mom and Aiden who want to go. But like my dad would have to drive if we're gonna go somewhere crazy for it.
Yeah.
Like in the city or something. And
Mhm.
then so that's, all of us have to go, and then the other boys would need somewhere to stay for that
Yeah.
time period, and stuff. And we would have to have the money to travel, the money for the tickets, and we're so busy that we would also have to have the time to go. Like,
Yeah.
just being honest, I was a little bit lucky that I didn't have a show that weekend that she was playing that I went, because I have shows a lot of weekends.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit tricky. I wish
Mhm.
I could go again so bad.
Yeah. So honestly, I think my favorite was probably Miss Americana, just because Harley is like swatting at her face right now.
Easy.
Um, just because I was so emotional and just like seeing her for the first time, like I cry to Miss Americana every single time now. It's like such like an upbeat like song, and I cry every time. Smallest Man Live was obviously great. That was therapeutic.
I
Um,
would see that. I don't think I'm ever gonna forgive her for adding that to the set list later, and for adding um um why did my brain just shut off?
Long Live.
Long live, thank you.
I was like, I'm trying to figure out like what she's trying to say, and then I got it.
I'm just brain dead, guys.
I was so mad about Long Live.
But yeah, like to add that later and then take it back out and all that stuff, that makes me so mad. That in the Tortured Poets department, like if she doesn't come back later and do like at least some kind of like little mini tour of the Tortured Poets department in the US, I'm gonna be so sad because I wanted to see that stuff live so bad.
Yeah.
To add an entire new album to it after so many people already went, I do feel like that was kind of unfair. That does bother me a
I
lot.
mean, I feel like it's unfair, but she did come back to the US to give like to tour, and obviously it was only certain cities, but
Yeah,
like
cut me a little bit. Like it's not like she went and like swept through again. That's
yeah.
where I wonder if she might do something small. Like I kind of cannot but wonder if maybe she is planning to do like a US tour of it and not go outside the US. So she
Maybe
wanted
it's
to
kind of
have
like
that for outside the US.
maybe it's kind of like Loverfest, where like she only
Right. Like
goes
that's
to
kind of
like
what
a
I'm
certain.
wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it was wild. It was such a surreal experience. And if I didn't have videos, I wouldn't remember anything, honestly. Like,
They honestly like they help me to jog my memory all the time. But yeah. I remember sitting there. This is the most random thing, but I remember sitting there and I remember like I think it was the smell of like hot metal because like you're in a stadium, you're outside, like it was hot. It was in the middle of
mhm.
summer. But I think it was the smell of hot metal mixed with like the adrenaline and excitement. But it reminded me of going to Kennywood. For some reason, the whole time I was there, I was thinking, okay, but now I want to go to Kennywood next, and I wanted to go to Kennywood so bad after that because it just like I don't know. It made me want to ride a roller coaster, and it's so random and it's
That's
so weird,
so
but
funny.
it happened. It was like in my head.
Yeah. It's so weird how like certain like smells and certain things just like jog your memory like that.
Yeah, and make you feel like you're in a different place. Also, the fire. Okay, the fire during
We
what?
didn't get
Club.
fire in Chicago. There was no fire in Chicago. First, I don't
No
know if it
fire.
was like a stadium rule or something, and Soldier Field's kind of like old and run down, so it might have just been because of that. But there was no fire, and everyone's talking about how this fire is so hot. And I'm like trying to rack my brain, being like, did we have fire? Like, I don't remember it. But
Well,
then,
you should have known if you had it because we
yeah,
were pretty far away and I could not believe how hot it was. I was like
yeah.
wondering what it must be like in the front rows.
Well, then at Toronto, we're in there, and I completely forgot the fire even existed. Like, and we're sitting there, and Bad Blood comes on, and then gets to the fire part, and the fire goes, and I'm like, oh my God, that is so hot. Like, and we're
It
on
was so I couldn't believe it. I wanted to back up, but obviously I couldn't.
and we're on the floor, so I'm like, my face is gonna get burned off. This fire is so hot.
I can't
Like,
imagine what it felt like up there because from where we were, I felt like my face was gonna get burned off. Like it was
yeah.
insane.
Like I thought honestly people were being dramatic about like how hot the fire was, and then we're sitting in Toronto like in the stadium, and I'm like, oh my God, this fire is like hot.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Well, guys, I think we're gonna have to wrap this up now, though. We've been on here for a little while, and also I have to get going here really soon to go record the music video. We're gonna
And
go meet the guy
I
and
have to, yeah, and I have to pack up for school, so
yes, we've
yeah.
got
So
lots of stuff to do. Busy,
I'm
busy,
really
busy.
excited to hear that there's progress on the music video because
Yeah.
I'll see it.
Peyton's in it.
I am
Peyton's in
in
it.
it.
Whatever comes out, you all better watch it. Okay.
I am in it, but that's not why I want to see it. I'm just excited for you. Like, I'm really excited
Yes.
that you have the
But
opportunity to do this.
Pin slayed in the music video.
My
She
foot is in it with my
no.
bad
Girl,
toe.
talking to me.
No, that's not true.
That is, yes, it is. Thank you very much, Missy.
It's not true. I want you to post like behind the scenes photos of it though. Like, because those
We
were,
have behind the scenes. It's we don't have a bunch of behind the scenes jokes, like videos of us joking about your toe, though.
yeah. Okay, so I was while Chelsea was talking about me being so hot in that video, which she's lying to you. But
No, no.
um I just like my toe. This is so weird to talk about on a podcast. It's been having issues. So Chelsea made Chelsea puts me in these heels and they're like open-toed heels and we're recording like me like stepping, this is a little insight, but like stepping out her front door like my foot, and I'm like, oh my god, my bad toe is going to be in this music video. And so we were joking the entire time about my feet, like
Literally the whole time. And they're the only shoes that I had. I want to preface this by saying that I
mhm,
did not force my friend to wear a pair of open-toed shoes. It was the only shoes that we
yeah,
had that
and
were
like
like
I
our
couldn't,
vibe and everything. Like she didn't
yeah,
have shoes that like fit the style we were
yeah,
going for.
and I couldn't bring shoes, like I couldn't fit it in my suitcase or anything. So like it was a whole thing. And I'm literally like, oh my god, my nasty, crusty toe is gonna be
And you
in.
can't even hardly see it, but trust me, believe me, when I got the little video, like when he sent me like the clips and stuff that like
Mhm.
unedited and stuff, just like the little like a sneak peek, I sent her a video of it all zoomed in there. I was like, show this to everybody, it's Peyton's foot. But you really couldn't see that her toe
that
was
that music video is gonna come out, and like the first thing everyone's gonna do is be like, where's her toe?
no. I'll give you a hint. It's towards the beginning. So if you feel like checking out Peyton's chest,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Peyton's toe is a recurring character in our
I
lives.
feel like he's gonna put that together, that like behind the scenes compilation, and 90% of it is just gonna be us talking about my
Your
toe.
toe. I
Yeah.
know. I hope that he has some funny videos of us talking about it because that just was like, oh, it was so funny.
That was like just the joke of the entire weekend, was like my nasty toe being the
Literally.
center of attention in this music video.
That honestly was so much fun though, getting to record with a bunch of my girlfriends. I definitely really like in the future, whatever music video I record next, if I'm able to like, if it ends up being a song that I could do like some stuff with have some of my girlfriends in there and they'd all want to be on it, like it was just so much fun because we genuinely had a great time. And I feel like
Yeah.
then the chemistry is real. Like, we're all like joking and laughing and goofing around. You guys are giving me compliments and stuff for the context of the video. And like it's all genuine because we just
Yeah.
genuinely love each other. So it's just great, you
Yeah.
know?
No.
So much fun.
I just, also the clips, I'm not gonna like go into it, but like when it was just us and we were joking around, and like I don't know how to make this less awkward because it was like I had a line that I had to say, but it was like so like awkward at first, and I'm like, I don't know how to make this like more genuine, because when a camera's like in your face, it wasn't really in your face, but like
Yeah.
it just
Well, when
feels
it's
like a
planned
little,
too.
yeah, it's like less natural when you're like, okay, you have to say this. And I'm like, okay. Like, so I really
Yeah.
hope we get a video back of that awkwardness because
I know because well, and then I had this picture in my head of like if we could get it, if we could like get the tone of her like her voice, if she could like have the right tone of voice, it could be cute and like reassuring. But I think
but
that
it
because
wasn't right.
it wasn't, it sounded way too like weird flirty, and I think
Yeah.
part of it is because we jokingly flirt with each other so
Uh-huh.
much that like when you said it, it felt too much like a joke, you
Yeah.
know? And even I was like, this is not, I
No, and
tried, this
I'm
is
literally,
not
I'm
right.
saying it and I'm just cringing as it comes out of my mouth because I'm like, I
I
don't,
was cringing.
I'm like, I don't want this. Like, no thanks. Like,
I was like, we need to change this because it was like this, like, like just trying to give me like a genuine compliment, but it needed to like be done in the right way that it was very like sweet and it was, intimate in a way that your best friend tells you everything's gonna be okay.
mm,
You look beautiful. You're great. Let's go have some fun. We got this. Where you have like a
yeah,
moment. I want it to be, but you also have to be careful that the line doesn't come across as like, hey, beautiful.
yeah,
You look beautiful.
yeah. And
No,
that's
that
what it came out
is exactly how it came out.
because she's like, you just need to like, you need, she like says it. And so I just copy what she says. And I'm like, that is not right.
It's
Like,
not
no.
not working. I was
And
like, we
so
need to
then
change
we,
it. So we
yeah,
did.
so then we changed it because I was like, nope, this is not like, this is
No,
just creepy. This is like, I have a crush on you and I'm just not going to tell you. And I'm just going to put it on you in ways that are like,
weird.
weird.
My reaction, truthfully, in that moment should have been like, okay.
Ew.
Like that's how like it was coming off, and
Yeah.
it was so not working. And
Yeah.
I think it just was like a matter of like the chemistry between people works in some ways and doesn't work in others. And I think that like there are just certain things that are natural to say, and so I think that in that moment that just wasn't natural to say. So we
And
just had to change.
we changed the line too at one point
Yeah.
because we
We
were like,
changed
this
the
is
line and
not,
then it worked a lot better once we
yeah,
like changed up the idea and went for something a little bit different.
yeah, because I felt awkward saying it because like I said, we like joking or like Chelsea said, we jokingly flirt with each other all the time, but like it just felt way too genuine in that moment, and I was like, no,
Yeah, it
this
was like and not even like I don't even know if you can say like genuine, but a little bit. Yeah, it was just it just wasn't right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But we're gonna sign off now.
we said
And
we were gonna get off, and then we kept yapping.
no,
So,
this is why we're good at podcasts because we don't stop talking.
yeah,
But we're gonna sign off now. So thank you guys so much for watching or listening, whichever you preferred to do today.
we really appreciate it. And yeah, bye everyone.
Bye.